You've got it tuned to KEXP, listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 FM in the Bay Area, and streaming worldwide at KEXP.org and the KEXP mobile apps. I'm Cheryl Waters. I am so excited to have this artist in studio with us today with a brand new album out on Sub Pop Records called Big Dog. It is Bria Salmena. Welcome.
Thank you.
So wonderful to have all of you here today. I'm so excited to hear you perform these songs live. You ready to go?
Yes.
Bria Salmena, live on KEXP. Bria Salmena, live on KEXP.
felt so unearthly. Down at the backs of birds, never felt so unearthly. Didn't I see you in my dreams? I thought I could make believe.
You're listening to Bria Salmena live on KEXP, performing songs from the new album, Big Dog.
Spring came, I was well on the way. Count your blessings, but it means nothing to me. Kingdom come, kingdom take it away. But didn't to LA, we're just here, but I'm not the same. It's fine, it's a well-played game. We're just friends, yeah, I'm writing in Twilight again. Temple stones, mulberry groves. She loves Queen Anne's lace. Flower to man, those flowers that you. Lost language, but I know just what to say. Hey, I felt but stranger that I like to stay. He don't know me, barely just a body. Guess it's him to remind me I can't break. No, he don't live in LA. I'm just here, but I'm not the same. It's fine, I won't complain. I guess we're friends. Here I am writing in Twilight, writing in Twilight again. Writing in Twilight again. Writing in Twilight again. Writing in Twilight again.
So beautiful. That was Twilight from the new Bria Salmena album, Big Dog. So excited to have them in studio here at KEXP today.
I'm not a cash clown, sit around and mark downs. All my friends are simple. I just want a cheap house, I just want you to be around. Can't wait till you're older like me. Cash free, all my love is money. They say it's a taste that won't complete. I feel so far away, feels like you never came. Can't remember the sound of my own name. Slip away, give me all your money, baby. Give me all your money, baby. Give me all your money, baby. Find me in rags, find me in calm rage. Sit me in my pearls with nothing. I put loaded good, I think that's my mistake. Teach me that I'm wrong, thanks to sex on the beaches, where else is in the teachers of peaches.
Smiles all around for Bria Salmena live in the KEXP studios. Thank you so much to everyone who helps make these incredible sessions possible. We are listener supported. You can visit our website at kexp.org. Make a gift anytime in support of great music discovery like this one today with Bria Salmena live on KEXP.
Should know better by now. You should be long gone. I will stretch the struggle for something to suck on. I just need it, need it, need it. Shouldn't love me so, but now I shouldn't care to let you go. How strange the struggle for something to suck on. I just need it, need it, need it, need it, need it. Just need it, need it, need it, need it, need it, need it. The hunger I can't deny, it scares you, baby, true. You never see my crying eyes, see my. Until I didn't try, you found your way down, kept your foot in your mouth. And I know I hate you, I really couldn't stand you. It was all I thought about. And I just need it, need it, need it, need it, need it. Just need it, need it, need it, need it, need it. The hunger I can't deny, it scares you, baby, true, but a lie. I need to eat out right. Well, you'll never see mine. You'll never see mine.
Outstanding. That is Bria Salmena live on KEXP. Thank you so much for that incredible performance. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the release of Big Dog. Not even 2 weeks out on Sub Pop Records. Almost. It's such a gorgeous record. It's so atmospheric and cinematic and so very soulful. It just gets me right here. And you've been making and performing music for a really long time with the band Friggs as a vocalist with Orville Peck. You also worked alongside Andrew Matthews in the project God's Mom, and of course your two amazing volumes of country covers. And now you and your longtime collaborator, Duncan, have put together this amazing solo debut, which kind of feels weird that you're having a solo debut after having so much music and have been performing a long time. But it sounds like you've been working for years on this record together, experimenting with different sounds and production techniques and instrumentation to create something that was distinctly your own. Can you talk a little bit about that journey and how that process maybe informed and shaped Big Dog?
Yeah, I think while we were recording country covers, we were kind of laying the groundwork for a sonic world that we were trying to create with Big Dog. And I think, obviously, having played in Friggs and Orville Peck and various other projects, we were trying to kind of distill all of these influences down to something that felt kind of uniquely our voice, a voice that people hadn't heard before from my voice. So it was a long journey of experimentation and collaboration and a lot of trial and error. But eventually, I think when we kind of realized that we were writing songs for a debut, record of original material after all of country covers, I think we kind of got the wheels rolling a bit. But yeah, it took some time.
It must have been an interesting process to be interpreting someone else's voice at the same time you were thinking, what is my voice? What do I want to sound like? That gave you a lot of room for thinking about what other people did and playing around with that.
Yeah, and I think, truthfully, a lot of it, doing the covers was probably partly out of fear of not knowing what I wanted to sound like. So it's easier to kind of channel through other people's songs or other people's material. But I think it did kind of help us at least figure out the type of record that we wanted to make that wasn't, again, that didn't sound anything like country covers.
Well, I heard you talk about in an interview how even though there are so many sounds and you played around with so much on this record, that you didn't feel the pressure to say, this is my solo record and this has to encapsulate everything and identify me, that you've left yourself open to go even farther and beyond and do more things in the future, which I love.
Yeah, I think I find like genre tags really restricting, and Duncan and I both have very different influences and obviously have played in various genres over the years, and I don't ever want to limit myself to having to kind of stay in one lane, and I think the spirit of this solo project is, you can count on that I won't, and the next record could be very different.
Well, you grew up in Toronto and came up in the Toronto music scene, and I know a few years ago you moved to Los Angeles, and after many, many years working with Duncan and even living together in the same house, so working very closely together, making music and writing music, you mixed things up and you were writing from different cities, and I'm curious how you adjusted to that shifted dynamic and if there were any sort of unexpected advantages that came out of that.
I think the advantage was that we could probably kind of go at our own pace a little bit, and individually kind of experiment with the track or add to it without the other person kind of yes or knowing as we're going, kind of. That was kind of nice, just to be able to like lock myself in my garage and work on things and not worry about what Duncan might think or say about it until like 2 weeks later after he's received it. But I think we were slightly apprehensive about working in a long distance way, but I think we have a very like symbiotic relationship where we can kind of understand each other musically, and so it's fun to send things back and forth, and it feels like you're kind of getting like a present each time because you don't know what the other person's going to have kind of done or added to something. And a lot of Big Dog was kind of worked on like that.
Well, even though you two spent a lot of time together writing and demoing, this is a very collaborative project, and it's got such a varied sound and unique and interesting styles on this record, but at the center of everything is your rich, rich voice. And I was excited to hear that you invited Meg Remy, aka US Girls, to help you work on this. And it sounds like it was her idea to focus on your voice and really dig into your vocal performance. Can you talk about connecting with Meg and what that was like?
Yeah, when we approached Meg, it was to, I believe, produce the record, and then she was the one to suggest that she concentrate on just doing vocal production, and I had never worked like that before, and I was very curious and keen to, just because we really wanted the vocals to be kind of made stand out on the record, and working with her was kind of a dream. We've obviously been fans and peers for a really long time, but I think she just kind of she opened my eyes up to the idea of like a recorded performance the way I hadn't before. Truthfully, I'd never really liked recording that much, especially vocals. It always just felt very scary, and I enjoy performing more, so it's just kind of, I think that happens to a lot of artists, but Meg was really encouraging of treating this as like a permanent performance, which was kind of just like blew my mind a little bit. I hadn't really thought about it like that, and yeah, really just inspiring to be able to go through each song, get really personal with it, which was also scary but fun, and then just have some real time dedicated to recording vocals rather than tracking as you're going. And I think that allowed me to feel like what I was doing and what I was recording was kind of like a bit more meaningful than maybe it had been in the past.
Well, you're such an incredible vocalist, and I imagine so much of it is instinctive to you. It must have been nice to see how much further you could push yourself. Must have been fun.
Yeah, it was really fun, and we really wanted to push my range on this album, I think with Friggs, and then with Orville Peck, like that you saw like different sides of my vocal range, and with this one we kind of wanted to showcase all of it as best we could.
Well, your voice is definitely standing out on this record. It is so gorgeous. And Big Dog is such a testament to the bravery that it takes to be honest and vulnerable and to open up to people and to trust yourself. And you've said that no artist is an island. And can you talk a bit about the support and encouragement that you've experienced from your community and how important that is to you?
Yeah, I think obviously I play music with Duncan, and I also get to tour with my two best friends, and worked with Lucas before with Friggs and Jaime with both on both Country Covers EPs. And I think Duncan and I realized that when we did want to kind of like leave the Orville Peck touring world and break off and do our own thing, that we were going to need kind of the support of our peers and community and reach out to that. And I think it was also just, we wanted this record to be in the spirit of collaboration. I wanted to have other people's kind of minds and creativity like mixed within it, because I just think that's kind of like the whole point of this. There's a lot of artists that create music completely individually and do it their own way. I think, I just think with this record in particular, we kind of wanted to invite a lot of love in and see how that translated, and it felt really good.
Well, that spirit and love definitely shines through on Big Dog, and we're so excited to have all of you here today. Thank you so much for bringing this beautiful music to the KEXP airwaves.
Thank you.
You've got it tuned to KEXP. It's Bria Salmena live here in the studios. If you've enjoyed this session, there are so many more to discover on KEXP's YouTube channel. You can subscribe and discover new music every single day. Once again, it's Bria Salmena live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.